Hey Capricorn, welcome back. It's Empress Rose here. We had a bit of a wild week last week with the Capricorn reading. That was kind of fun and unexpected as far as viewership. So that was pretty fun. Let's see. These are general readings. So we're going to take what works, leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. We're going to start off with what on earth happened here. I'm just going to take that with the Oracle decks, my Monster Oracle deck of Moonology and Work Your Light, and then we'll move on to a more traditional tarot spread. If you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It helps other people find my channel, and it makes me very happy. Okay, we've got 4 here. Oh, okay. So we've got Imrama, what are you being called to journey to? This is possibly an actual journey, possibly sort of a vision quest, an internal journey that you're going on. And a sacred place, it could be a sacred place, it could be a pilgrimage, or it could be just going within and getting in touch with that. You also have trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? So this is a little bit of an intuitive hit here. Let me turn off my jet engine heater. That is very disruptive. Oh, I didn't get it in time. We will pause now. Never mind, we're not going to pause. You can handle a little heater noise, I'm sure. So Imrama, what are you being called to journey to? Where are you being called to go? Vision quest. If it's a vision quest, it's because you've got a little niggle here. So you've got something inside of you that's trying to talk to you, trying to tell you something. You're going to need to get quieter, which I think is now very funny that my heater kicked on right at this moment when I was talking about this, because it's you have to get quieter than the noise around you in order to hear that niggle, in order to get in touch with it. So you're getting some sort of intuitive hit. It could be where you need to go, a sacred place that you need to journey to. And who knows what makes it sacred? It could be sacred to you because of something that's happened in your past there, or you've been dreaming of it, or because of who is in that location. I don't think you're supposed to be traveling very much right now, so pilgrimages feel a little hard and a little weird right now. So if this could be an inner vision to get quieter, an inner vision quest to get quieter so that you can hear that inner niggle going on there. Or it could be you're getting a hunch that you need to go somewhere. You need to make a journey somewhere, to someplace that's sacred to you. It doesn't have to be that far though. And then we've got fixed moon, hold your vision. You've got some tough road ahead, some tough difficulties, a little bit of a rough ride, a little bit of a rough terrain to travel. So you're going to need to stay focused. You're going to need to know what you want to do. You're going to need to be able to put up with some altitude sickness, some burning thighs as you climb these tough hills here, and you're going to have to carry some water. So hold your vision. There might be some tough terrain ahead that you're going to need to hold this vision. And maybe this is the vision you get from this vision quest. Maybe it's the journey you're going on. Could be a little more difficult than what you think it's going to be. There's some good possibilities here. Waxing moon energy is gaining momentum. But again, I'm seeing the distance here that these birds, they're on their way. They're moving towards something. And they're on their way, and the energy's gaining momentum. We don't have a sliver. We don't have a new moon. We have a waxing moon. We're already undertaking something. But we do have a long ways to go, and it could be a little bit difficult. So this could be about a physical journey, or it could be about a vision, an idea you have, because hold your vision and vision quest. So really getting in touch with your vision here and with what you see for your future, what you want. It does look like you're already headed there. You've either already made plans, or you already have an idea and you just need to get in closer touch with it with that trust the niggle. All right, Capricorn. This is your past, your present, your inner landscape. What's at issue? Your environment, to-do list, and possible outcome. Overall, we've got tradition and power dynamics, and something feels a little unfair. That's the overall vibe here. This Hierophant, what's really funny is I haven't seen the Hierophant in any of my other decks recently, but it's been showing up quite a bit in this new deck, the Tarot of Mystical Moments by Welz-Stein. We've seen it a lot. Tradition and institutions, dealing with, I mean, there's wisdom in these traditions. I tend to be a little not that into traditions and institutions. Well, traditions can feel very comforting and very fun and can elicit emotions from long ago, right? You like Christmas traditions, New Year's traditions. We can remember, they can bring us back to places where we felt excited, to places where times when we felt excited by just going through that routine and that tradition and that routine, we can get back to where we felt. And now I'm seeing routine here. So but there's some sort of tradition or routine or institution here. It contains some wisdom, right? These religions and these institutions that have been with us for a long time. It's not because everybody's idiots. It's because there's something like in them. There's a kernel somewhere in there. There's something that we do need or did need or always need out of this institution, or it's something that it hits a need, or it's something, some kernel of truth at the core of each religion, something like that. So there's something here that does contain the wisdom of the ages, wisdom that's been passed down. And institutions really are, these ways that we can pass down wisdom, we can learn, when you, institutional memory is very important. Like, what have we tried? Although sometimes that gets a little confused with like, yeah, well, it's a different world now. Maybe you tried that in the 60s, try it again. Like, people are different. They're going to accept different things now. People aren't different, but the culture is different now. So things change, but these institutions can be very slow to change, but they can contain some wisdom, that they have that institutional memory that passes it down. This could be traditions, traditional ways of doing things, also routines. So you've dealt already with some sort of traditional way of doing things. Could be traditional relationships, traditional work, traditional something having to do with an institution. But it comes in next to this Emperor. So you're currently dealing with Emperor energy. This could either be you feeling very powerful and having control and power over a lot of things in your life, or this could be somebody else. Typically, I think of it as, or just the vibe, the question in your life dealing with right now. Could be who gets to orchestrate things, who's in charge of this, who's pulling the strings. And this Emperor is very much embedded in an institution right here, coming right after the Hierophant. We're dealing with power structures, powerful people, powerful institutions that probably have more say and more power than you do. This could be also dealing with an insurance company, which I don't know what the kernel of those are. Fear, I guess. I don't know. That's very cynical of me. I'm very cynical about that topic, though, and I've earned it. So the Hierophant, so we're talking about some sort of traditional institutional thing, and the Emperor here with not having control, not having say, or somebody else having say, or who has a say. Questions about who has a say, who gets control over the situation, and who has the sort of the right to rule this, the divine right to say what's going on and who does what, and directing the situation. Just the Hierophant and the Emperor coming out right next to each other is really powerful and a little bit strange. It's a little intense. It's got this really intense, like, institutional control dynamic, and you being sort of lost in some giant institution, some giant thing that's way beyond you and goes back, is so established. But this could also be learning from institutions, understanding how to work them, how to work the system, and gaining power and gaining control by being able to, work the system, learning how to work the system, learning how to, okay, these are the rules, that's fine. I used to work in law, and one of the things you learn how to do is redefine everything. Oh, you know, maybe someone thinks that that means this, but what if that means actually this? Like, and take things and basically get your way by doing anything you want, by working within the system and working with what's written down and reinterpreting things. It's very interesting, and actually a religious background makes that great. A lot easier to do because you're always trying to figure out how you can technically follow the rules while also getting what you want. So that could be this Emperor and Hierophant here, is like getting what you want while technically following the rules. In your inner landscape, your hopes, your fears, you have Knight of Wands here. Wow. Hoping to pull off some sort of trick here, but knights are usually about, I mean, that's just my intuitive vibe of where this reading's going. You're hoping to sneak something by or pull off some sort of trick with all this power going on and all this institution, you know, seeing what you can get away with is what I am seeing with this Knight of Wands. But a more traditional read of the Knight of Wands, we've got communication. Knights are communication, movement, getting a little of this of where do you want to journey to, and you're thinking about that. You're thinking about where you want to go, maybe even what you want to communicate, what you want to talk about. There is a sense of the energy gaining momentum in this Knight of Wands, but it's what you're hoping for. So a lot of momentum, a lot of intuition, some sort of intuitive movement and understanding, understanding of sort of not an intellectual necessarily understanding, but an understanding of how it all comes together and how you work inside this. Because I do see you, right? You're in this ring of fire here, and I see it as the Hierophant and the Emperor, and you're trying to jump through something. This is such a fascinating reading to me. It's coming in very interesting. You're trying to accomplish something, go through, you know, thread this eye of the needle of this fulfilling institutional demands while also getting what you need, what you want. This Knight of Wands, this inspired movement forward. You're hoping to really see how it all comes together. And the wands really are this intuition, trusting the niggle. So you're hoping for maybe an idea of how to get through something, how to make progress here, how to continue on your journey in life and make the progress with the momentum and make progress here. You're hoping for some sort of insight, some sort of clarity on how you can, I think a stroke of insight or understanding or some sort of communication about or movement. You're hoping to do some sort of quick movement through some difficulties, some given circumstances, some known immovable circumstances that, you know, you're not going to be able to cajole those into loosening up. You've got to figure out a way to sneak through and get what you want out of a situation that seems just incredibly rigid and very much not having you in mind. And so I think there's a question of power and wanting to get your way and move forward and move out of the situation very quickly, and trying to figure out. And there is going to come a message to you as you hope. You're hoping to trust this niggle. You're hoping for this intuitive inspiration of how to sort of get out of this like boxed in situation. That's what I'm saying. I'm seeing this boxed in. But he's got the power. But it is this claustrophobic feeling about power there coming through there. And something feels very unfair, or this could be about justice. Yeah, something feels very unfair. It could be the way somebody's going about doing something is unfair. You know, Justice card always brings up the question of, do the ends justify the means? But there is a lack of balance here. This could be an imbalanced power dynamic. Something feels very unfair and maybe even dishonest. There might be some dishonesty here, and that's a big issue going on. Is this imbalance? The karma feels a little imbalanced, or something seems out of balance and unfair to you in this situation. And I do see a very unfair power dynamic here. Well, you know, I don't know. Maybe you deserved it. Maybe you didn't. But it feels to you like there's an unfair, and you're trying to get through and get your way in this whole, like, look at more institution. We've got 3, just these towering buildings. So what's in your environment here is 10 of Pentacles. Something having to do with family, possibly family money, inheritance, or possibly not only... it could be inheritance like money-wise, but also inheritance of values or the way your family does things. Oh my God, coming underneath the Hierophant here, it's like this institutional inheritance or this way, this tradition of the way we've always done things, the way we will always do things. There's this heavy traditional power of tradition here, or power of the conventional, or power of institutional. And it's old and it's trying to dominate here. But this Ten of Pentacles, this could be family money, this could be inheritance, this could be you viewing yourself as, or you being viewed as a source of an inheritance, or you being your money, but it tends to have to do with family of origin issues, family of origin topics, inheritances, money, growth. Ten of Pentacles typically is going to be like maximum amount of growth, financial security. That's what's going on in your environment. There's some sort of topic around financial security here. Could also be family tradition. No, there's a heavy financial institutional situation going on here. Your to-do list, and this isn't like a do this or else, this is a look for openings. Look for openings to find balance. Again, we have civilization here featured very heavily, and some of the rules and power rubrics of civilization featured very heavily here, as we have been through dealing with this throughout this whole reading. And there you are, you're handling it. You got to balance a lot of different things. It could be rules and regulations that you're having to balance. It could be the rules and the regulations plus what you want to do, and having to juggle those things. So you have to juggle something. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be precarious. But this card is saying you can do it. You can do it. You can pull this off. You're hoping for some sort of intuitive hit, maybe on or some sort of communication or some sort of movement. And this is saying, I think you're going to be able to satisfy both I don't even know. There's just like the Hierophant, the Ten of Pentacles, the Emperor, the reversed Justice. There's this heavy institutional boxed in power dynamic feeling, possibly inherited, possibly traditional, that I see you standing on top of that, but very precariously, and having to balance and juggle a lot of things. But this card is saying you can do it. You can do this. You can balance, your intuition, your niggle, your needs with this heavy institutional sort of blockage that you're experiencing. You can balance it. It is going to be difficult. Holding your vision in the face of all of this blockage and all of this boxed in energy, but you can do it. And then we have where you're possibly going is King of Cups. So this could be someone else, or this could be an energy that you'll be embodying. And that is being able to hold it all together. Emotional maturity while you deal with this institution, this injustice, and these traditional issues here, and being able to balance it out. This is creating a very emotionally mature person, or going to bring you in contact with someone who's very emotionally mature. See, he's got these like the beasts of the depths here, the monsters of the deep here, and he's just gliding. He's so zen. Everything's happening. Everything's roiling all around him. There's communications. He's very good at communicating very clearly, lovingly. There's just this very loving vibe, but don't let it fool you. There's a depth of emotion underneath all of this. There is a very, but he's able to communicate, and this is a mastery of emotional intelligence, of handling emotional information and feedback very well. This is a mastery of that. This is, the master emotional, not manipulative at all, because that wouldn't be very emotionally mature with that. That would be thinking that your feelings and what you want needs to be satisfied so much so that it would be okay for you to destroy other people. No, not manipulative. He just knows how to communicate wisely and clearly And he's got a lot of depth to him, but he's coming in with some very zen, calm communication. So you're going to be able to handle this. I think you're going to be able to get what you want and what you need out of the situation. It is going to be difficult because there's just this heavy, solid, traditional energy all throughout this. And it's not treating, this tradition, this institution is not treating you very fairly, but you're going to have to juggle some things. You're going to have to thread this needle a little bit, but it's going to make you, whatever you're learning from this, wherever you're going from this, you're becoming very, it's bringing in a lot of maturity, a lot of emotional maturity, and a lot of, what do I want to say? Emotional maturity. Growing, you're going to grow as a person quite a bit through this and be able to handle even more. The next grouping of issues that you face, you'll be able to handle it even better. So, again, we've got this these birds taking flight here, this unsettled energy, but this guy's really, really riding it. He can really handle that unsettled energy and the depth of emotion there. Grace within reach. It's okay to feel like a mess right now, to feel that you need help and to want to resolve whatever has troubled your heart or mind. My grace is within reach, and as you ask for my help, I shall lift you into safety and peace now. Oh, that's a beautiful, beautiful way to end this reading with so much heavy institutional energy. All right, Capricorn, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful week.